college majors. So when you guys arrive on campus, everyone is going to be excited. It's going to be a lot of energy. So when you begin to meet people, they're going to ask you two questions, guaranteed. One, where are you from? And two, what is your college major? Now, some people may know. They may come and they know exactly, I want to be a pharmacist. Or I'm going to law school, so I'm going to major in political science. But other students come and they have no idea. So, and that's not a problem either, because every university has a group of individuals, whether it's the career center or the academic advisors, and their primary job is to try to help a student find the ideal major for them. So what we're going to talk about are ways to find the major for you and resources on campus if you're having trouble. Okay, so by definition, what is a college major? A college major is a group of courses required by a college in order to receive a degree. So pretty much a college major is what you're going to concentrate your studies on. It could be anything ranging from biology to chemistry to political science to sociology. You have to find or you have to settle on a major, and that's going to be the emphasis of your degree. So your friend may be a political science major, but your other friend may be a pharmacist major. And that's fine. Two different spectrums, two different paths, two different routes. So when you go to college, you got to find the path that is for you. You can't pursue a major because it makes a lot of money or because your friend is doing it. It doesn't work that way. You have to find a major where your heart lies, where your passion lies. Because ideally, we would like for you to use your major once you graduate. Now, if you don't know what you want to major in, that's fine too. Because for your first year, you'll be taking a lot of general education classes. And what those are, basic English, math, science, history, social science, humanities. So during that time, you should have the opportunity to take classes in different fields so you can get a feel of what classes you like. And working with your academic advisor and career counselor, you guys should be able to put a plan together as to what major works best for you. So if you're not aware, a lot of the colleges, they tend to analyze data. And the data tells them the trends that are going on campus. So one such data they like to look at are the majors, men versus women, or freshman majors, sophomore, whatever. What we have here are the top 5 majors for men and women. Now, you guys don't have to follow these patterns here, but to let you know, on the majority of the campuses, here's what we're seeing. Men, engineering as the number 1, computer science, a physical science, fitness studies, and agriculture. Women, on the other hand, human sciences, health profession, social services, education, and psychology. So this data is a perfect segue into our next topic, STEM versus NonStem. STEM is an acronym that stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Non-STEM is simply majors that don't fall in those categories. So to give you an example, if a student major in biology, since that falls under science, that will be considered STEM. As opposed to education, since it doesn't fall in the science, engineering, technology, or mathematics, that will be considered to be non-STEM. So let's take a look at some data as it relates to STEM versus non-STEM. So, to be frank, STEM majors tend to be more lucrative. And that's the issue that you're going to have when you select a major. Because if you choose STEM, when you graduate, all things being equal, you should come out and get a job that pays well. As opposed to non-STEM, that's not necessarily a guarantee. I'm not saying you can't make money with non-STEM, because you most certainly can. However, it's not as guaranteed because with the STEM majors, to be honest, they're very difficult. If you're going to major in engineering, for example, or biology, chemistry, the curriculum is very rigorous, meaning you're going to have to put in a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of studying in order to graduate. There's not a lot of students that can handle that rigor. So with the STEM majors, a lot of the students that want to or have intentions of majoring in STEM, they kind of get weeded out during the first or even the second year of college because they can't handle the rigor. So the students that actually make it through 4 years, when they come out, they're rewarded with a salary that's a little bit higher than the non-STEM. So as you make your decision as to what you want to major in, this is something that you should consider. However, your decision shouldn't solely be based on salary. If you have the ability to make it through a STEM major, then I suggest that you go for it because it will pay off in the end. However, if you're leaning towards a non-STEM, there's nothing wrong with that. What you're going to have to do is have a plan. For example, let's say you decide to major in a non-STEM major, political science. If you're going to major in political science, then plan to go to graduate school or law school after you graduate undergrad. The reason being is because with your political science degree, you can get a job, you can go into the workforce. That's not the problem. However, if you want to earn a salary or if you want to get a position that's more prestigious and pays a little bit more, you may need an advanced degree if you choose to major in a non-STEM. So if you go to law school and get your JD, when you graduate, you'll be a lawyer and you should make money similar to that of an engineer major. Unfortunately, nowadays, an undergraduate degree is not enough, especially if you're majoring in non-STEM. So what I would recommend is have a plan. Right now, before you even go to college, make your plan. You're going to major in this, you're going to go to graduate school, and then you're going to do that. You got to organize it. You got to have vision. And that's one thing I want to emphasize, guys. Whatever major you choose, love that major, pursue that major, do the best you can in that major, but you got to have an end game. What is your plan? How is this going to end? What am I going to do with this major? You have to think 4 years ahead. So what we have here is the breakdown of the classes you'll take each year while you're in college. So as a freshman, and it really doesn't matter what your major is, you will be taking general education courses. The only difference is if you choose to major in a non-STEM versus a STEM, let's say psychology versus biology, for the psychology math courses, for example, you'll be taking a liberal arts math as opposed to a biology math. It'll be trigonometry, college algebra, or something a little bit more rigorous. That's the difference. But both majors, you still will get credit for your math general education. So for the individuals that are not sure what they want to major in, during the freshman year, that's the time where you'll be taking courses from different areas. So you may take a sociology course, you may take a course in religion, philosophy, just different fields until you figure out the major that's right for you. And again, you're working with your academic advisor and your career counselors. So you're not alone in this pursuit of whatever major you're trying to find. So sophomore year, that's when you begin to transition into your major. So if you're choosing to major in chemistry, you're going to take more chemistry courses. If you're doing psychology, you're going to take the psychology courses. To the point, sophomore year, you should be well into your major and done with the general education. And then for junior and senior year, you're taking your upper level major courses. And these are the more rigorous courses. Whether it's psychology or biology, once you get into your junior or senior year, you're taking 3,000 or 4,000 level courses. So, and that's expected. That's what you're supposed to do. And these courses are well in your major, so you're getting a firm understanding of what it takes to be a psychology major, a religion major, whatever you choose to pursue. Understand, not every student follows this timeline with fidelity. And that's fine because everyone comes into their own at their own time. You really can't rush it. And even though the universities may say we need you to major by freshman or some by sophomore year, at the same time you want to feel comfortable in your major because this is what you're majoring in, one, and then two, you're paying for this. So you don't want to pay for classes that you don't have a passion for, that you're in there and you're saying I don't like it, this is not for me. So you need to take time to figure out what the ideal major is for you. Another issue that's worth mentioning is a lot of students come into college knowing what they want to major in only because they were told by their parents or by their aunts, uncles, older brothers, and sisters. However, once they get into the major, they realize that major is not for them. Now, their family, they have good intentions. They want their child or their family member to get a good major so when they come out, they can major in, they can make some good money. However, you can't make a decision based on other people. You have to make a decision based on your heart, based on what you want to do with your life and your future career. So keep that in mind. Hopefully you don't fall in that situation, but unfortunately a lot of students do. So I think you guys understand the importance of selecting a major. Now, the question is, how do we get there? You can take classes to figure out if you like that topic. But who are the people on campus that you can talk to kind of guide your thought process and walk you through it to kind of ensure that you're taking the right steps in selecting this major? Number one is your academic advisor. They are extremely important and extremely knowledgeable. It's very important that they know you by name. So if an opportunity comes up, whether it's an internship or an opportunity to travel abroad or work here or whatever the case, they should be able to pick up the phone and give you a call or email you. You should be one of the first people that pops into their head. So keep that in mind. Very resourceful. Most institutions have a career center, and you should go by and talk to the representatives in the career center. In most institutions, the career center has a test where you can take to kind of hone in on your strengths, your abilities, and just the overall things that you like. So based on that data, you can make a more informed decision on what you want to major in. So the Career Center could be very helpful, but just like everything else on the campus, you have to pursue it. No one's going to knock on your door and ask questions. You have to go get that information and go network with people on campus. Next, I would recommend to talk to your professor. Talk to him or her about what you're considering, what you're thinking. A lot of professors love to talk to students. Some don't, to be honest with you, but the majority, I think, they have a passion for helping young people. So talk to them. If you have any questions about your major, or if there's some confusion, or even if there's some ambiguous thoughts that you're having regarding this major, these individuals, and for the most part, they've been in the major or the profession for years. So they have a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience. So touch bases with them, let them know what you're thinking, and try to get as much information as possible before you actually make a decision. If you can, and you should, try to find professionals in the field. So if you're thinking about being a lawyer, who are the best people to talk to? Lawyers. Same thing if you're thinking about going to be a doctor, a medical doctor. Try to find a doctor to speak to, or even find someone to mentor you. That's probably the better bet. You want to connect, you want to network with people in this field because they can tell you about their mistakes, about their experiences in undergrad or medical school or law school. You want to get as much knowledge as possible so when your time comes, you don't have to make the same mistakes they made. So the academic advisor is a powerful tool, the career counselors, your professors, and professionals in the field. When it comes to education, guys, I want to reiterate this. You have to go get it. No one's going to come to you. No one's going to spoon feed you. You have to go get it. And that's what's going to separate you from everyone else. You have to take the initiative and you have to be proactive to get that knowledge. As professionals in the field of education, when it comes to helping students select a major, we look at the following indicators. These indicators are very important because it gives us an idea of your ability. And that's the key word, ability. We can't make a decision based on a student's passion or desire to do well. We have to look at your ability. And we understand that some of these things listed here are probably not the best indicators of ability, but in making a decision, we have to choose what's best for the student. So when a student comes and asks our opinion, we look at the data. So number one, test scores. Extremely important. We're talking ACT, SAT, and if you have to take the PERT test, then the PERT test. Extremely important. The PERT test is a college entry test. Extremely important, and it tells us where you stand with reading, writing, and math. So, for example, if you have high scores on ACT math and science, and you're interested in pursuing a biology or chemistry major, you will have your advisor's approval because you've proven that you can handle yourself when it comes to those subjects. But if you're weak in those areas, if you're interested in majoring in biology or chemistry, we will have caution because we don't want to set you guys up for failure, one. And two, we're looking out for our graduation and matriculation rate. We want our kids to do well. So data is very important, and a lot of our decisions are data driven. Also, developmental classes. Developmental classes are remedial classes. So if you come to college and you're not at college level in math, you would have to take a developmental class to catch you up. And then once you take that class, then you'll be at college level, and then you'll be able to take math courses at your for your respective major. So when we see students that are in developmental classes, that's kind of a red flag that we need to watch out for these kids, especially if they're looking to major in a STEM major. Also, and equally as important, are the grades from your first semester. So if you're interested in pursuing any major, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to look at your grades. If you did extremely well, especially in some of the sciences and the math classes, then that's an excellent indicator that you can handle the rigor of the university. But during that first semester, if you didn't do well, then we would have to have a conversation. Also, if you guys did dual enrollment or any advanced placement courses while in high school, that's a strong indication that you'll be able to perform at the college level. So we take those into consideration also. And finally, and equally as important, are the interests of the students. So if you're passionate about something, if you feel like this is the reason why you came to the university and you can perform in this major, even though the other indicators will not confirm that, we will give you a chance because this is your major. This is your college experience. And we're here just to advise and assist. However, please understand, after a while, if you don't meet these certain benchmarks within this major, we would try to find you another major where you would probably perform a little bit better. So a lot of students ask, what is a minor? Do I need a minor? Why is a minor important? So by definition, a minor is a secondary field of study or specialization during the undergraduate studies. So whatever you choose to major in, that's what's going to be on your diploma. So if you major in biology, it's going to say you're going to earn a bachelor's of science in biology. However, a minor is simply additional courses the university wants you to take. And the minor has to be unrelated to your major. So for your minor, if you choose to major in biology, your minor could be chemistry or it can be psychology, anything other than what you're majoring in. Now, not all majors require a minor. Some majors do, others don't. It depends on your university and the curriculum. However, what a minor does, it allows you to become privy to other subjects. So if you choose to major in biology, but you always had a passion for religion, with the minor, you're allowed to take courses in religion to try to get that additional knowledge. Now, you really can't pursue a job in religion with your minor because you only took a handful of classes. However, it will give you a background knowledge on that topic. Irregardless of the major you choose to pursue, you have to understand that you have to find the right major. You can't listen to your friends or your family. Find a major that's perfect for you. And a part of that, you have to understand that you got to have a plan. You can't just pick a major and then graduate and hope to get a job. Think long term. What's the end game? How's everything going to look when you graduate? What are you going to do after graduation? So think long term, guys. Pick a major, excel in your major, and then when you graduate, stick to whatever plan you created.